Where are we going? I asked, gripping the edge of my seat as Zayn turned onto an empty road. He smiled, but his eyes didn't. Somewhere special. You'll love it, you're being weird, he laughed. Too soft, you always say. That when I'm planning a surprise, because your surprises usually involve beach resorts. Not abandoned highways, we're almost there. He reached over and squeezed my hand. His was cold. I looked outside, no lights, no signs, just darkness swallowing the car holes in. My voice cracked, seriously. Where are we? We're fine, Isha. Trust me. That's when I knew I couldn't. I turned to face him. You're scaring me. He didn't answer. He just kept driving. Zayn, stop the car right now. His jaw tightened. Don't make this harder. What the hell is going on? The car stopped. My door opened. Someone yanked me out. Zayn. I screamed, kicking, twisting, trying to grab him. He got out slowly, eyes low, face pale. I'm sorry. What is this? My wrists were tied. A cloth was shoved over my mouth. Help. Zayn whispered something, but all I heard was blood in my ears. I had no choice, he said. I blinked. What? Isha, they threatened everything. I couldn't protect you and my family. You said you loved me. I do. That's why you're selling me. My voice shook. To them, they won't hurt you. I made sure. You liar. Hands dragged me into another vehicle. I fought like hell. Zayn. He didn't move. He just watched me disappear into the dark. The next room smelled of rust and sweat. I was dumped on the floor. Pretty girl. A voice said. Zayn's taste is still expensive. I didn't lift my head. I couldn't. My heart was somewhere else, shattered in his hands. Do you know who I am? I stayed quiet. Rafiq, your father knew me well? My breath hitched. Didn't expect to meet you like this, he said, circling me. But fate is funny. My father's dead. I whispered. Yet his sins live and now. So do you in my cage? You're making a mistake. No, Zayn made a deal. You were the price. I looked up. You're lying. He smirked. You think I'd make this up? You think he didn't know what he was doing? He loves me. He loves power more. I spat on the floor. He laughed. That fire won't last. I glared at him. You'll regret this. I already don't. He stepped closer. And neither does your fiancé. That night, I sat in the corner of the cell. My wrists burned. My throat ached. I replayed every moment. His hand in mine. His voice sang forever. His eyes empty, watching me being dragged away. Why? I wanted to scream. To tear down every wall. But all I did was whisper. Zayn. Did he cry after? Did he drive home and drink wine with a clear conscience? Did he sleep next to my picture and feel nothing? I hate you. I mumbled, eyes wet. I hate you. A man outside the bars looked at me. First time. Go to hell. He chuckled. We're already here. I turned away. Hours passed, days. Maybe, I couldn't tell. My world was silence, darkness, and the memory of his betrayal. They brought food. I didn't eat. They yelled. I didn't speak. I just waited. For death, for revenge, for something. Anything. Then I heard it. Footsteps, slow. Heavy. He stood there. Rafiq again, you know? He said. He didn't even ask for updates. Not once. I stared at the floor. He handed you over and never looked back. I looked up. Good. His brows lifted. Good? Because I won't look back either. He smiled, amused. You'll break. No. I stood. I already did. Get up. I didn't move. I said get up. Rough hands pulled me to my feet. My knees buckled. I'm not hungry. You'll eat or you'll bleed again. I'll take the second option. They threw the tray on the floor and slammed. The door shut. The silence was louder than their threats. Louder than the screams that echoed down the hall at night. I stopped counting days after the 15th. But I counted bruises, scars, bones poking through skin. I counted everything except hope until I heard the knock. 3 slow taps. Then too fast. I blinked. Again. 3, 2. A voice whispered, don't scream. My throat tightened. Who? Arav. Room next to yours. My fingers crawled along the wall. Why are you whispering? They hear everything. What do you want? To stay sane? You same. Every night. Same code. 3 slow. Too fast. We spoke through cracked bricks like ghosts trading memories. You sound young. He said once. I'm 26. Same. Why are you here? My fiancé sold me. Romantic. You? Wrong family, raw blood, right punishment. Do they hurt you too? Yes. Good, at least I'm not special. Sometimes we didn't speak, just listened to each other breathe. Sometimes I cried. He never asked why. One night, I asked, do you think anyone's looking for me? No, that was quick. Don't lie. Then tell me something real. I tried to kill myself. Twice, didn't work. Apparently I suck at dying. Same, you believe in God? I asked another night. No. You? Not anymore. Silence. Then he whispered, me neither. They beat me again on day, whatever. I screamed until my voice cracked. Later, Arav whispered. I heard. Yeah, you're still here. Barely. Barely. Is enough, we plan the impossible between pain and silence. One guard, he whispered. At shift change. What time? Midnight, keys. He smokes behind the west door. Drops them sometimes. West door, midnight. Got it, you sure? No? Good, you're sane. I waited for the shift change. Trembling, you there? I whispered, always, I'm scared. So am I. I've never fought anyone, you don't have to win, just run. What if we fail? Then we try again. And again, until we stop breathing. That night, I saw the stars again. Just for a second, before we ran. But it was enough. It meant we weren't dead yet. Pick a name, Arav said, sliding the form toward me. I stared at the blank line. Any name? He nodded. You're dead, you get to be anyone now. I held the pen, but my hand wouldn't move. Isha died in that room, and the girl sitting here, she doesn't know who she is. He waited. Sarah? I whispered. My name is Sarah. We moved at night. New city, new life, new silence. Arav rented a tiny apartment above a bakery. Smelled like cinnamon and regret. You can breathe now, he said. I looked out the window. Can I? You dyed your hair. Yeah, I said, touching the short, dark strands. Thought I'd go invisible. It suits you. No one recognizes me. That's the point. No. I mean, I don't recognize me. First time I met Aunt Nur. She stared too long. She looks like a ghost. Arav smiled. She is. I blinked. I can hear you. Nur stepped closer. I'm sorry. You're so young. Not really. Her hands were warm. You'll be safe here. I don't want safety. I want revenge. Revenge can wait. Healing can't. You never smile. Arav said over coffee. I forgot how. Try. I tried. It cracked. Looks weird, right? Terrifying, he said. Try again. I worked at the bookstore below our apartment. Quiet job. Quiet people. Name, the owner asked. Sarah? You new in town, very, running. From someone, I paused myself at night. I'd scroll through old news, photos, headlines. Zayn Khan, rising entrepreneur. New luxury firm launched, charity gala this weekend. He smiled in every picture. His arm around women, always clean, always free. I stared at the screen. He's thriving. Arav peeked over. You're not. I'm erased. No. You're rewiring. I hate that he sleeps peacefully. I hate that you don't. One night I asked, do you miss your old life? Arav shrugged. Parts. Which parts, my brother? Music. Eating at midnight without fear. You had a brother? He died trying to save me. I'm sorry. He wouldn't. He'd want me to keep going. You don't talk about your parents, Arav said one morning. They're not around. Dead? Dead to me. He waited. I didn't explain. Stop picking your nails, Nor scolded gently. It's a habit. It's pain. Leaking out. I looked down at the dried blood. Then I must be full of leaks. One evening, I was shelving books when a man walked in. You're new. I nodded. First week, I'm Farhan. I come here a lot. Cool. You don't talk much. I read more. Smart. You've got mystery energy. Or trauma. He raised a brow. Fair enough. Later that night, Arav asked, you okay? I met a man today. Do I need to punch him? No. I laughed. He was just normal. Normal's nice. I don't trust normal. I still had dreams of blood, of ropes, of betrayal. I'd wake up sweating. Fingers digging into the mattress. You dreamt again, Arav would say. I nodded. Same dream, same villain. Nur found me one morning staring into the mirror. You don't like your reflection? It's not mine. It is, you just haven't made peace with her yet. I don't want peace. I want justice, she smiled. Peace is the best revenge. But she was wrong. Justice is the best revenge, and I wasn't done yet, not even close. Mail for you, Aunt Nur said, placing the envelope on the table. I glanced up. For me? She shrugged. Name says Isha Khan. I froze. My name, my real name. The one I buried years ago. I opened it slowly, fingers trembling. Inside was gold-trimmed, scented, cruel. You are cordially invited. Zayn Khan weds Meher Siddiqui. No. I whispered. No. 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 What is it? Arav asked, stepping in. I held up the card. He's getting married. His eyes scanned it. To Meher. I nodded. His mother used to mention her. Family friend. Why would he send this to you? He didn't. It was addressed to Isha. Arav's voice turned sharp. Someone knows. I paced the living room, my heart racing. This can't be random. Could be a mistake. No. No one makes this mistake. Maybe someone wants you to see it. I looked at him. Then it's a message. Later, I sat at the window, clutching the card like it held answers. He moved on, I said. You expected him to wait. I expected him to rot. Aunt Nur sat beside me. You okay? Define okay. She sighed. Do you want to go? To the wedding, to the city. I shouldn't, doesn't mean you won't. I tossed and turned all night. His face haunted my dreams. His voice, his betrayal. You promised me forever. I whispered to the dark, then sold me to your enemies. The next morning, I dialed the number on the RSVP card. A woman answered. Hello? I swallowed. Hi. I'm calling about the wedding. Name, Isha. A pause. Then a shaky voice said, Isha Khan. Yes, this is Samir, Zayn's brother. My breath caught. You answered a wedding hotline. I managed the guest list. Wait, are you really? Alive, apparently. He went quiet. We thought you died. I almost did. Why are you calling? Because someone sent me this invitation. That wasn't me. Then who? I don't know. Does Zayn know? No, he said, and he can't. He's not the same. I laughed bitterly. Oh? I'm sure he's changed. New suit. New smile. New bride. He's messed up. I'm not here for sympathy. Then why are you here? To remind him I'm not gone. I hung up. ARAV. Leaned on the doorframe. You're going back, aren't you? I nodded. Need backup? No. I need closure. Or chaos, maybe both. Do you know what you're doing? Nir asked. No, I admitted. But I know what I feel. She cupped my face. Then go. But come back whole before. I left. I stared in the mirror. Dark hair. Hollow eyes. A woman who survived the fire is just dead. I whispered. But the girl in the mirror smirked. No. She whispered back. She's finally awake. Arav, straighten your tie. You look too calm to be my husband. I whispered as we stepped out of the car. He smirked. Nervous? I'm about to walk into the lion's den wearing perfume. Nervous doesn't begin to cover it, he offered. His arm. Then let's make it burn. We entered the ballroom like we belonged there. The lights were warm, the music was soft, and fake smiles sparkled everywhere. I held onto Arav's arm tighter. There? He murmured. Zayyn. In a navy blue. Shawani, holding a drink like it could steady him. Samir beside him whispering something fast. I watched Zayn turn, our eyes locked. He went pale. Smile, I said through clenched teeth. We're guests, remember? Arav leaned in. He looks like he saw a ghost. Good. That means I still haunt him. Meher approached us first. Of course she did. Hi, I don't think we've met. She said sweetly. I'm Meher. I gave her my best fake laugh. Sarah. And this is my husband, Ran. Arav nodded politely. Pleasure. I didn't realize Zayn invited new friends, she said. Oh, we go way back, I replied. Old memories. Faded names. She blinked. You're not from here, are you? No, I said. But some parts of me never left. Samir appeared. Wide-eyed. You came. I raised my glass. You invited me, didn't you? I didn't think that I'd show up, or that I'd still be breathing. His throat bobbed. We need to talk. Later, I said. I want to see how happy your brother looks. Zayn hadn't moved, still frozen, still staring. I walked right up to him. Zayn, I said, soft and steady. Long time. He blinked. I'm Sarah, I said, just a guest. Don't overthink it. You shouldn't be here. Neither should your lies. But here we are. He glanced at Arav. Who is he? My husband. Why? I tilted my head. You jealous? He clenched his jaw. What do you want? Nothing, I said. Just wanted to wish you and Meher a lifetime of truth. He grabbed my arm. What game are you playing? I leaned in, smiling. The one you taught me, remember? His grip loosened. Leave before it gets ugly. Too late, I whispered. It already did. Back at the bar, Arav handed me a drink. He looks like he's unraveling. Good, I said. I want him to feel everything I did. Bit by bit. And Meher, I sipped slowly. She's collateral, like I was. Meher approached again, confused. Zayn says he doesn't know you. But I've never seen him so shaken. I smiled. Isn't that romantic? Her smile faltered. How long have you known him? I touched her hand gently. Too long. But don't worry, I'm not here to ruin your night. She looked down. He's not himself around you. Maybe he's finally being himself, I whispered. Samir pulled me aside. Are you trying to destroy him? I shrugged. I haven't even started. He's not okay, Isha. Neither was I when he handed me over to those men. Or when he signed the lie that got my father killed. He rubbed his face. You're scaring me. Good, I said. That means I'm doing it right. Arav slipped his hand into mine. You ready? One more minute. I walked to the center of the hall and raised my glass. To the happy couple, I said loudly. May your future be as honest as your past. Zayn's eyes burned into mine, and I smiled. We left before the music resumed. The silence in the car was louder than the chaos behind us. Do you feel better? Arav asked. No, I said. But I feel powerful. He nodded. Then it was worth it for the first time in years. I didn't feel like prey. I felt like the storm. Are you sure you're ready for this? Farhan asked, sliding the file across the table. No, I said. But I've waited 5 years, that's long enough. He leaned back, then brace yourself. This isn't hearsay, these are transactions. Messages, call logs proof. I opened the folder with shaking hands. Each page was a wound. Each signature, a betrayal. He sold me, I whispered. Farhan nodded. Zayn didn't just step aside. He orchestrated the deal to save his company. You were collateral damage and Samir was looped in later. He didn't stop it. He didn't warn you. He helped clean it up. My throat tightened. I thought maybe he was different. Farhan didn't look away. They buried you to protect their brand, their image, their power. I stared at the audio recorder on the table. And now I have everything. Later, I stood in the rain outside Samir's office. He looked startled when I walked in. Isha Sarah, whatever your name is now, this isn't a good, sit down. I snapped, he obeyed. I dropped the recorder on the table. Press play. Zayn's voice filled the room, just make it go away. No name, no body, if they ask, say she ran. Samir's face drained of color. You recorded him? I nodded, he trusted the wrong silence. You can't go public with this, oh. But I can. You'll destroy the family. They destroyed me first, he stood, agitated. We were trying to fix things. Fix, I snapped. By feeding me to wolves. He stepped closer. I didn't have a choice, liar. I didn't know everything. But you knew enough and you stayed quiet. He raked a hand through his hair. Zayn was desperate. The company. I was human, I hissed. Not a cost, not a signature, not a secret. Samir's eyes filled. I'm sorry, no, I said coldly. You're guilty. Back home. I replayed the recording again. Zayn's voice, calm, cold. If she talks, we're finished. Make her disappear. Aunt Noor sat beside me. What will you do with it? Burn him, I said. Publicly, cleanly, legally. Are you sure? I looked at her. He made me disappear. Now I'll make sure no one forgets me again. Farhan texted, got something else, want to meet? I replied, come now. He arrived an hour later, soaked but determined. There's a woman, Nadia. She worked for Zayn's company. She heard things. She'll talk. She's scared. But yes, she will. Good, I said. Let her speak. Let the world hear her scream. Arav entered quietly. You okay? I nodded. No tears. Not anymore. What's the plan? Expose him? Full scale. Broadcast. Press. Social media. Everything. He nodded. Then let's start the fire. That night, I stared at my reflection. Not Isha, not Sarah, just the truth. You tried to erase me, I whispered. But I became the pen. He waited near the old bookstore. Hood up, hands shaking. I didn't know where else to go. Samir whispered, you shouldn't have come, I said coldly. I had to, I can't breathe anymore. The guilt doesn't erase what you did. I didn't touch the money, I swear. I was scared. I crossed my arms. You watched them destroy me. I didn't think he'd actually go through with it. You stood by. That's worse. He choked. I tried to stop him. Too late. I lost everything, he said, eyes brimming. My brother's a stranger and I dream of your screams. I pulled the recorder from my coat. What's that? Your chance to do something right, he stared. You want me to confess, on tape. No edits, no spin. He hesitated, then nodded, fine. I pressed record. I'm Samir Shah. He began, voice shaking. I knew Zayn arranged for Isha to be taken. I knew the deal. I stayed silent to protect the company. And I regret it every single day. I stopped the recording. Finally, a voice louder than mine. 3 nights later, I got the call. Arav, I said, answering. What is it? She knows. My pulse spiked. Who? Meher. She heard Zayn talking in his sleep. He said your name. I sat down. What did he say exactly? Just one word. Isha? Over and over. Meher's not stupid. Is she angry, shaken, confused, I think. She's scared. She should be. That night, I crafted the email. No subject, no name, just a file. Samir's voice, Zayn's too, truth. In stereo. I hovered over the send button, my heart thudding. Let her feel it, I whispered. Click. The next day, I watched the delivery status change to read. Hours later, a new number rang me. I don't know who you are, Meher's voice trembled. But you ruined everything, no. I said quietly, Zayn did that. Is this some kind of revenge? It's the truth, you deserved it. Why now? She demanded. Because I wanted you to hurt the way I did. Silence. I loved him. She whispered. I trusted him. Tears laced her voice. I looked in his eyes every night. And he never flinched. He's good at hiding rot behind charm. What do you want from me? Nothing. I said, just this. Don't look away now. Later that night, Farhan called. We're getting traction. How much? Meher posted something cryptic on her story. It's spreading. People are asking questions. Let them dig. I murmured. Let the dirt rise. You okay? I didn't answer right away. Then I said, no. But I'm not broken anymore. He found me on the rooftop of the hotel, where it all began. Wind whipped through my coat as I turned. Zayyn. He looked hollow. Eyes red, clothes wrinkled. He dropped to his knees. Isha, please. He gasped. I didn't know what else to do. I folded my arms. You knew exactly what you did. I loved you, he shouted, voice cracking. I loved you, and I panicked. Everything was collapsing. So you sold me, he swallowed. I thought it was the only way to save the company, our future. I scoffed. You erased mine. He crawled closer. I didn't want to lose you. You didn't lose me. I snapped. You discarded me. I hated myself every day after that. No. You built empires, gave speeches, lived happily. Don't rewrite history now. His eyes welled. Meher left me. She heard everything, took her ring off and walked out. I stayed silent. Samir's gone. No one knows where. Rafiq got arrested last night, fraud charges, I know. He stared up at me. You did this? I knelt in front of him. You did this to yourself. I was young, scared, you were cruel. He shook his head. You don't understand. I understand perfectly, I hissed. You watched me get dragged away and never looked back. I couldn't. You didn't want to. He gripped my wrist. Tell me how to fix this. I yanked away. You can't, Isha. No. I said, voice calm. You don't get to say my name anymore. He looked like a ghost. What do I do now? Live in it, I whispered. The mess, the loss, the silence, just like I did. He crumbled. I see you in every nightmare. Good, I said. That means I never really left. I still love you, I smiled bitterly. You sold me like a thing. Now you're watching everything burn. He wept. I stood, turned, and walked away. Nadia froze the moment she saw me as Sarah. I smiled faintly. That's not my real name. Her hand flew to her mouth. Isha, it's really you? I was never supposed to come back. Tears brimmed in her eyes. We thought you were dead. I was. She touched my arm. How are you standing here right now? Long story. Painful chapters. I'm so sorry, she whispered, for not looking for me, for believing them. We stood in silence until she said, Zayn's ruined, I know. You did that? I met her gaze. I told the truth, and Nur opened the door before I could knock. Her hands trembled. She gasped, Ya Allah, it's me, I whispered. She collapsed into my arms. I prayed for this day. Every single night. I missed you, you're so different, she said softly. But your eyes, still Isha. Later. She placed a trembling hand on mine. I blamed myself for not protecting you. You couldn't have known. I should have. Mothers know. And I was the closest thing you had. I squeezed her fingers. You gave me strength, even in silence. We sat together for hours, wordless sometimes, as if time had folded in. Then I stood. There's one more place I need to go. The graveyard was quieter than I remembered. I found it, a plain headstone. Isha Shah, beloved daughter. Gone too soon. I knelt, traced my fingers over the stone. Arav stepped beside me. You okay? I nodded. I thought seeing it would break me, and instead, I feel free. I exhaled slowly. Isha died here. He stayed quiet. Sarah walked out of that darkness. Piece by piece, you're both, he said. Gently. I was. I stood and stared one last time. No more running, I whispered. No more hiding. Arav offered his hand. I took it. We walked away from the grave, my past, my pain, my name. Not to forget, but to live better.